What's up, Media1 family? It is Howie here, and today we are out and about in a very beautiful location. This is called the Desert Rose, located in Riyadh. And the reason why we're out and about today is because we want an opportunity to get to know one of our own a little bit better. Yes, next to me here is a gentleman that I like to call Jeff, though he's going to introduce himself much better. He is normally behind the scenes. Yeah, if you've not seen his face yet, today may be the first time you're seeing his face, but I hope you're going to see his face much, much more because he's a very talented, very passionate, very hardworking journalist. He's the one that has been making myself look good on this side of the camera and also teaching me some tricks and tips on the other side of the camera when we're out looking for those content, those stories, those things that you love to hear and want to know more about. Of course, as usual, please continue to like, share, and subscribe and interact with our content. Mr. Jeff,
Yes.
give us your good name, please.
You want to send me a mess? Okay, my official name is Kasera Geoffrey Omondi. That is to mean, um, if even if I don't tell you my tribe, you already know.
Do you know? Me, I don't know.
So that's part of Omondi. So that is my home name. But mostly I don't use it. Even myself, I don't know why. What I normally use is Kasera Geoffrey, Kasera being my father, and as it is, um, I've said I don't know why I don't like using it. Sijui tu, but that is how it is. That is my official name, and uh, if anything it happens that maybe you get into my idea and stuff plus some other official documents, you'll get the three names Kasera Geoffrey Omondi. But normally I use Kasera Geoffrey. I don't know why that part. I don't normally use that part of Omondi. I don't know why. Yeah.
If you can't already tell he's a journalist, I'm sure you can now tell that he is. But Jeff,
Yes.
of course, before we get into the deeper part of the ocean, before to rushe your, it's called what? Your net,
Yeah.
uko deep. Just tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up.
Um, I thank you for that question. In fact, okay, I'm really forgetting this. Thank you so much for hosting me. I don't always sipendangi kuwa mbele ya kamera, but at some point, but huwa nakwanga nyuma ya kamera. So Geoffrey is one um, person who comes from a very humble background. You know, I come from Homa Bay. That is to say, the land of endless potential.
Watu Homa Bay in the house.
So as Luos, being a Luo is being a Luo, we say, is a blessing altogether, because we are not born. We were not born. Yeah. So we are proud of being a Luo. As you've just asked, I come from humble background of a single mom. Yeah, my father passed on when I was 2 weeks old. 2 weeks. So all along until now, I'm a jaduong. I'm a grown up now. You know. So we've been with my mom all along. No, I call her my friend. My mom is my friend. Huwa namwambianga in Kijaluo like ikrinegi mora mora. That is to say, be ready for anything that comes around. There's nothing that I do that my mom does not know. Yeah, there's nothing that I do that my mom does not know. She knows everything. And every step that I have to take, before I do anything, I have to confirm from her. because she's my pillar, she's my teacher. In fact, she's my everything. Yeah, she's my pastor. you know, when I was growing up, I used to see my mom, or I used to hear my mom before we get to bed. I used to hear my mom, like she was praying at the she was praying in Luo. But if I translate it, it's something like, God, when you are remembering maybe children, remember my son. So something of that sort, like kiparo nyithindi, tipari nyathinani. So that kind of prayer, and she's my pastor altogether. You know, at some point I get to understand why she prays a lot at some point, because in fact it is her prayers that has been keeping me going all along, Evo. So that is it. And when I remember when I was very young, very young. In fact, it found that I had started schooling by then. So when we used to go to school, we coming back during lunch time. Okay, inapata hii wakati yenye like you are back for lunch, and there's nothing to eat. Yeah, there's nothing to eat, and it's really devastating and stressing and stuff. You drink water, you get back to school, and I was like, sometimes I could sit at a corner and say that if God opens ways, then I don't think we'll live this life forever. Things will have to change. And when things have to change, that then it is you yourself to start changing things. Nobody will come from South Africa to come and change things for you. At the end of the day, it is you to wake up and change what? And change things. Yeah, make things happen. Just make things happen. So, yeah, that is it.
So you mentioned a little bit about your upbringing, growing up, your very close relationship with your mom. Are you an only child or you have siblings?
Yeah, we have. I have some other siblings or brothers of mine. In fact, unfortunately, sisi ni wavulana peke. Yeah, sisi ni wavulana peke. Unajua, according to law tradition stuff, when your husband passes, if you're a woman and your husband passes, you know what happens. So I have some other 4 brothers. Is in fact our second born is done with school. Our third born saizi ndio ako form 3. Our fourth born ako kitu inaitwa CBC. Yeah, ako CBC. Then the last born, no, the last born ndio ako CBC. Then mwenye anamfuata ako grade 6. Ni bado ni CBC tu, but ule sasa ako mdogo sana.
Okay, so from the way you've listed them like that, are you telling us you're the firstborn?
Of course, yes. I'm the firstborn, and I'm a proud firstborn. The reason why I say I'm a proud firstborn, in fact, okay, I didn't tell you this. I'm a father. Yeah, I'm a father of a very beautiful daughter. It's only that, okay, a lot of people will come to learn about this during this interview. If you watch this interview, a lot of people does not know. But I normally stick to this, that there are a lot of things. There are some of the things that you have to keep secret. Yeah, even my darling, exactly. Watu wengi hawamjui. Yeah, watu wengi hawamjui. Not because ati simweki public ama nini, no. I love my privacy at times, and so I keep a lot of things private, just for my own benefit. I don't put everything on social media, or I don't put everything in public. Just my very close friends knows that, yeah, I'm a father, I'm a husband. Yeah, I'm a father, I'm a husband. Being the firstborn in a family of five, then I'm the co-parent. Yeah, being that, we are alone with my mom, so I'm a co-parent, and very proud co-parent, because at times I feel that I want to give our children, I want to give our siblings, including my daughter, the very best that I never had, so that I don't want them to pass through or go through what I went through when I was growing up, schooling. In It was a very difficult situation at times. It was a very difficult situation at times, because, in fact, hey, mimi hakuna kenye sijaifanya. I don't know what is it. I'm just looking around, but I don't see. Nishafanya mjengo. Na wacha nikwambie, mjengo mbaya ni ile ya kubomoa. Wacha na kujenga. Hey, ya kubomoa. Hiyo ndio mjengo mbaya zaidi. So anything can happen to you, can get hurt and you stuff. Somebody is telling this is a 4-story building. This building has to come down. We want to build something new here. So it has to come down. Hiyo ndio mjengo mbaya zaidi. So I've done mjengo. Kubomoa, kujenga. Nishafanya. In fact, I remember that is what kept me moving when I joined Form 1 in 2014. Yeah, 2014. That is when I joined Form 1. So, when I was out of school, then it could be that nienda nifanye mjengo, nifanye nini, nipate maybe vile napata shopping ya kurudi shule. So kama ni kupiga hii tunaitwaje, hii sisal. Na I remember very well that those days, these sisals, like unapiga ndio uende uuze, kilo moja ni 19 bob, 19 shillings. So how many kilos do you want to make for you to even to reach 500? So my friend, it was not easy. Mambo na kupalilia watu, I knew it when I was very young. I knew about it when I was very, very young. My mom could wake me up at around 4 a.m. in the morning. Juu hakuna mtu mwenye like anaweza baki na mimi kwa nyumba. So lazima aende na mimi. Unaona? So anaenda na mimi, ananiweka hapo kando, anapalilia mpaka kitu saa 5 ndio tunarudi kwa nyumba. Angalau ndio tupate vile maybe tunakula. Yeah, something of that sort, because when I was growing up, I lived in at Ushago for a very long period of time. In fact, I took almost from nursery to around class 7. Then that is when now I went and I did my KCP in Migori. So I went and lived with my grandfather in Migori. There's this habit that I have.
About scale. It's a safe space.
Yeah, this one is a secret. There's this habit that I have in myself. I don't know. And I don't know where that is why people say that naringa ama nafanya nini. I love myself. I love myself. I really love myself. Yeah, I really and if you ask me today, the main reason why I work so extra hard, number one, there are 3. Number one is to make my parent happy. Yeah, I want to make my mom happy. I want to, because okay, sijafika ile pali penye nasema sasa naweza sema mami uko happy. No, bado iko chini. I want to make my mom happy, the most happiest woman in the world. Yeah. Number 2, to make my enemies jealous.
Yes.
I want to make my enemies jealous. You know, there are people like, oh, and let me tell you today, Howie, you don't need to be loved by everyone. Hapana. If you have around 5 friends, only 5, ngapi? Watano, marafiki zako watano. Tuseme saizi Hawi umeenda uko Hosi, right? You are at the deathbed. Then these 5 friends can come and see you. They can spare their time. You know, there's that part of I'll see if I'll come. Then there's that part of wamepigiwa tu simu, unajua nini, Jeff ako mgonjwa, ako wapi, ako Hosi. Then they'll be like, okay, like what's happening, ako Hosi gani, nakuja. You see? Then kuna ile yenye Jeff ako msik, ako Hosi. Then atakuwa ile zile za ako hospitali gani, sawa, nitaona kama nitakuja. You see? But that friend who is like no, this thing inamuasha tu.
Yeah, they have to.
If you have 5, wacha wingi, wacha kuweka watu wengi. Wacha na marafiki wengi. And that is why mimi in my circle we'll be friends. But I'll study you. If I see that you are a friend that who cannot make what I am up to, then I'll weed you out. Then hapo ndio utaanza kusema atio Jeff anaringa, Jeff akona nini, akona maringo, nini, anadhania shafika, vitu kama hizo. Yes, say. The sun will still rise in the east and set in the west. You see? So, if you have 5 friends who can come to your deathbed, shukuru Mungu. Shika hao marafiki wako watano, so close. Yeah. Because everyone who is your friend does not mean good to you. That is what I've come to learn in life. Everyone who is your friend is not your friend. Yeah. That is the phrase that I use. Everyone who is your friend is not your what?
Your friend.
Yes. Everyone who is your friend is not your friend. Until otherwise.
Until further notice.
Approved. So, you don't need to have thousands of friends around you, because a lot of them does not mean good to you. Watakudanganya kwa uso, wanakutakia mazuri, wanacheka na wewe, you go out hang, sijui nini, you see. But wanasema tu, aki, si leo lori mgonge.
Jeff, you've given us some pockets of wisdom there. But still, we want to get to know the lighter things. The lighter things. For example, what's your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. I love fish. I love fish. I love fish. And okay. Mbona napenda fish? I love fish because in fact, you know, when I was growing up, my mom used to teach me everything. Mimi najua kufanya kila kitu. Kama ni kupika, I know how to cook. I know how to make a very delicious meal. Unasikia? Number 2, I know how to wash. Yeah. I know how to make my house clean. You know, at times when my wife is out, then she comes back and finds everything like kila kitu iko sawa. Then okay, maybe saa zingine hata nipata kwa hiyo nyumba, maybe tumeenda mahali na dota, yeah, just to chill, but she'll find everything is fine. She'll be like, we, so I know how to do everything. You know, unakumbuka zile instructions zenye maybe unapewa, mamia anatoka when I come back nipate tu vyombo ziko chafu. When I come back nipate tu
Mujapiga duster.
Sio kwamba like she'll mention them indirectly. Nipate tu kama nini, nyumba iko chafu, nitakuja kupanguza. Nitakuja kupanguza. We, hey. Utaona chemtema kuni. So I came to love fish when, like, in fact, when I make it myself, I love it so much. So Um, yeah, that is my favorite meal.
So Jeff loves fish. Another thing I wanted to ask, since you're mostly behind the camera, and of course, in your journalism journey, there have been a lot of spaces, places, people, and experiences you've had. What has one of your most memorable experiences in your journey as a journalist been so far?
Um, my most memorable occasions or moments as a journalist, we have that side part of it, and we have that side of positive part of it, negative and positive, that is to say. Now, the positive part of it, if to start with, the positive part of it is that um, I remember when I was in high school, when I used to read the news in assembly, I used to get a lot of ac- acknowledgements from friends, from teachers. You know, in fact, kuna mwalimu mwingine aliwahi niambia, in fact, he was our patron in the journalism club. Aliwahi sema that sometimes hata kupiga rangi viatu asubuhi inamshinda. Sababu gani? Anataka kurush assembly, yani asikie tu vile nasoma habari hiyo tu. Hey, saa zingine anakuja assembly ndiye arudi kwa nyumba ndiye afanye nini, apige nini, rangi. Unaona? So when I get acknowledgements from friends, from teachers, my high school teacher was called Mr. Stephen Abongo. And you know, at times when things were hard, that teacher could keep me in school. People are being chased out because of fees and nini. And to make it worse, there's this part, you know, I don't know how it will sound, but my keeping the spirit being positive in my journalism is, in fact, I think that is what saved me from hii mambo na kufukuzwa school fees when you are out. Always alikuwa nataka niwe shule. Always alikuwa nataka niwe shule. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. You see. So, that is the positive part of it. When I get acknowledgements from my friends, you will go far. You see. You are doing it. You see. Vitu kama hizo. So, that alone also keeps me going. You know, I want to make them, you know, I don't want to fail them. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't want to fail them. Watasema ati sijui nini nini, tulikuwa tunampea acknowledgement but saizi ona amefanya nini, unaona. I don't want to fail them. I want to tell them, you know what, I have done this and you were praying for me to do it, but here I am. You see. So that is the positive part of it. And the negative part of it, can I remember? If I get to my social media platforms, you know, when I post something, then I get to my social media platforms. You know, always you'll get positive comments and you'll get negative comments. I really get mad with negative comments. I don't joke with you. I don't always joke with you. So I'll get a positive comment, nitaenda kwa messenger yako, nitakujibu vile ulikuwa nataka. So, you know, because you want to demoralize me. Mtu anaandika tu message nyingine yenye na yeye pia ana feel tu hii nikimtumia akiona ita reduce moral yake, unaona. So I don't take negative. No.
You deal with it head on.
Deal with it head on. I'll tell you. Then so what? So, you know, when I get positive, negative comments, then that makes it my worst, maybe moment, because I'll sit down. Okay, I'll ask you. Okay, how do you want me to do it? Unaona, nitaenda kwa messenger yako, then nitakuuliza how do you want me to do it? Yeah, humbly how do you want me to do it, unataka nifanye namna gani, so that we push, you are my friend nini nini, because sometimes I don't know you, you're my friend nini nini, but okay, how do you want me to do it, so that I also get from his side or aside, anataka nifanye aje. Utakuta an idea, hey. So that makes it my worst, I think. Yeah.
Your worst experience.
Yeah.
In the spirit of throwing the net, uko deep, huh? I like fishing, huh? Like throwing the net. What would be your dream job or your dream media house to work with?
Oh, my dream media house to work with, or my dream. I'm looking forward to work with CNN. Exactly. I'm looking forward to work with CNN. Yeah. Unajua ni kuanza tu chini pole pole. You keep the spirit positive. Nini nini, at the end of the day. Yeah. Finally, when I'll get myself into CNN, I think, or BBC. Yeah. That is when I say that, okay, hapa nimefika. In fact, from there, when I shall have built my mom a mansion, in fact, from there, I'll quit media and get into my personal life now. Yeah, nitaachana na media kabisa. So from there, sema hapa, mambo yangu na media, kwisha. I'll get to do some other personal things.
All right. Yeah. And I wanted to know, is there anybody or anyone you're currently mentoring? Because from what you shared, we see you have a lot of background. You've gained a lot of knowledge over the years. You've learnt a lot of wisdom over the years. Is there a person or are they people that you're mentoring?
Of course, yes. At times, I get a lot of messages. Yeah. At times I get a lot of messages. Oh, Geoffrey, I know you. Unajua. Okay. People know me. But at some point, you can't know everyone. Kuna wenye, like, okay, naweza kumbuka, but kuna wale wenye siwezi hata kumbuka. Hata wale wenye, like, tuseme walikuwa nyuma yangu, high school. I can't remember them, but they remember me. Ati ulikuwa Ratanga boys nini nini. I'm passionate about pursuing journalism. What should I do? I have a lot of those texts. So, okay, I say, because mtu akikushika mkono, then wewe pia ukienda huko juu shika nani? Mtu mkono. Because I remember, just the way they were saying or nicknaming me Jeff. I loved how Jeff Koinange was presenting, and when it reaches maybe tuseme wakati wa news, hey, saa mbili tuseme saa 2:50 niko karibu na TV, niko za hivi, so I want to see like how I'm like, hey, anafanya hii kitu, how should, hey, nitafanya hii kitu aje? So naweza sema how ndio like people I was looking forward to work the way they were working. When it comes to Yoni TV, in fact, Yoni TV part of it, radio part of it, I have this big friend of mine, a very big friend of mine, a very big friend of mine. And I loved that person from the time. In fact, I first met that guy in I think 2015 when I was in Form 2. Alikuja shule yetu. I think there was something walikuwa nakuja kufanya. This person is called Jalango. Heavy J Baba. That guy has been my friend until hii time yote amekuwa radio, amequit radio, ameachana na radio, ameenda politics. He is my friend and he'll continue being my friend because there were people I was looking up to. Yeah. So I could get him over the radio when, So I was like, hey, nitakutana na huyu mtu kweli, anipe experience nini nini. Finally, I met him. So when we met, we chatted and we've been friends. Tulishika urafiki, tukakuwa marafiki and we've been friends, So, yes, there are people who get into conversation like I want to do this, anaweza fanya aje. Yeah, so nawambia this thing kwanza, hii kitu ni passion. Journalism is passion. You don't get into, if you get into journalism because you studied it, no, you'll mess. It's not about getting into class and reading and stuff. Journalism is passion. If you have passion towards it, there you are. There you are. So um, I don't mind when maybe I get such kind of messages. I take them positive. We get to a deeper conversation part of it. Unataka nini? Unataka we like side gani? TV, radio, print. So then from there I advise where I can. Yes. Mm.
All right. I've also learnt a lot today about this, my wonderful colleague Jeff. Is there anything else you'd want to tell our audience before we get to the other half of this beautiful day?
Wacha niseme hivi. When you are passionate about doing something, let no one tell you you can't. That is very important. Let no one tell you you can't. Yeah. So because when someone is telling you you can't, that person is trying to reduce your morale on doing it. So always have the positive vibes to do what you want to do. Wacha kusikiza negative comments. Always stick to positive comments. Wacha kusikiza negative comments. Because unajua okay, unajua saizi niko like part ya production and stuff nini. But at the end of the day, I really also love radio so much. I don't know, I'll quit when I'll be working for a radio station, I don't know. I really love radio. In fact, okay, when I was working at Manene Radio, I used to have this, my co-host called Jennings. He was called, Jennings Wood Chiel. He is my a great friend up to now. It was very nice, working on a radio. In fact, we were driving a morning breakfast show. Morning break. It was very nice. Unaanza tu like, yani, it is interactive. Watu wanapiga simu nini. That session is it makes me like, crazy. When you are on air, it's crazy. Asubuhi unaamka mapema, unaanza kuandika like how you're going to carry out things, like in a radio production kuna like lazima upange how are you going to carry out your 4 hours, because it is from morning breakfast show starts from 6 to 10, so the 4 hours, how are you going to break them down? So that part of like interacting with people calling, watu wanapiga simu nini that makes me I come like, it makes me crazy. Yeah.
I like the fact that you've used those words, those specific words like crazy. It makes you crazy.
Yeah.
It does make him crazy, but as you can see, he's definitely a passionate, very, very passionate guy.
Yeah.
Of course, you have been with myself, Howie, your host. I don't know when I will be put in this hot seat. I hope not anytime soon. But that, of course, has been my story. And today we have been finding more about Geoffrey Kasera. Jeff, thank you so much for leaving behind the camera and coming in front of the camera and sharing with us.
Thank you so
all
much.
That knowledge, all that wisdom, all that passion. We do hope that you loved hearing that story. And if you want to hear more stories, get to see more news, get to find out what is trending, get to know what's going on the streets, please and please keep liking, sharing, and subscribing here at Media1 International.
Media1 International, always fast and fast. Like, share, and subscribe.